All right, we're back over here at the trailer, and we did a little work. I'll show you around. It's looking about 10% better than what it used to look like. We put kills up on the wall, took a lot of stuff out.
Yeah, a lot. Cabinets clean, but I gotta get ready to paint because I'm gonna hold on to the cabinets.
We
So
got
I'm gonna
his,
paint them and just hold on to the countertop until we know what we're gonna do.
We bought us a sink and faucet and a ceiling fan. So let me show you. We bought this little cheap sink, kitchen sink and faucet. Got the cabinets all cleaned up. This is the old sink. I'm gonna pull this out, not today. Of course, this whole piece out of here, from there all the way to there, is coming out. We're just gonna have the countertops there. And I need to measure this, see what stove's gonna fit in here. And also refrigerator. Measure this from there to there, see what kind of refrigerator we can get in. Probably have to pull that out of there, which would be no big deal. So we got some kills on the wall, kills the bacteria, stink, the funk. We scraped down where the dogs and the animals were scratching on the walls, and it was tearing this paper of the sheetrock off. So we sanded that down, took it all out, and I just put some mud on top of it. And we still need to come over and sand it. And this corner right here looked pretty bad. So I mud all that. This window here, I left this like this. I might have to pull that little piece of panel off just to see what's up under that. This black stain there, see what's up under there. Some of the mud job I did. I did not put tape over that. There were two pieces of sheetrock butted up against one another, sort of like this, like that scenario there. Put a couple layers of mud on it. This is fairly smooth. There's some, now here's a spot right here. I need to put some more mud on top of that. Here's another spot. I need to float that. Probably float it water. I got all the gaps filled all the way. I'm probably going to float it water just to get it a little smooth look. This outlet needs to come out with that little board. This is what's over in the cracks of all the paneling, the sheetrock. I pulled it all off. Of course, they still got this hole here that I took out in the floor. Still need to do that. That's what that plywood there, 3/4 inch plywood, $65 for that one sheet. So we got kills all over this wall. See, that's the original sheetrock with the wallpaper design on the paper of the sheetrock. This is the little hallway. Kind of put some mud in there. This is where the dogs or animals had it all tore up. There's holes in the wall. I patched that hole. I patched the hole right there. It was a nice, the big round hole. I patched that hole in here. There's another hole. Oh, look at, oh, that's not water. That's Robbie was pulling the paper off. So we're gonna float over that whole entire thing once it's sunk. Get it all smoothed out. Smooth it out, get the paper out, and start floating over it like this spot here. I just fill in all the little gaps and imperfections, and I come back over. You see, this is a spot where dogs, animals were scraping off the paper, so we're gonna float over that again. Right here is a spot where you just filled in with, it's a bump. You can't see it, but I can feel it. It's a bump. Looks like you just filled in with caulking, so I'm gonna cut all that out, and I'll do a little video of how I patched those holes. I learned from a sheetrock man way back in 1984. I bought my first house. Robin and I, we bought our first house. We had 2 kids. This floor, I'm gonna have to cut a chunk of this out of here. That sheetrock right there might look like the staples are coming out. I'm gonna pull the paper off, see what it looks like. I know all the paper's coming off. I have to cut it off, see what it looks like. Not, might have to cut the whole section out. And there's a stain, which I believe was a original leak, and they put a new roof on top of this trailer. And they put a new roof over it. Of course, they didn't repair that. So this right here is what the walls all look like. We pulled all the little nails. Actually, the nails were like staples. Pulled all the staples out of the wall. I made a mistake. I pulled them out and I shouldn't have. Well, these are still there. But these I pulled out. I made like small bumps. So I'm gonna come back with my ball peen hammer, put a divot in there, float mud over it. This was a bad spot. Here's the paper coming out right here. Float, sand this down, float over it again. And of course, this is what all the seams look like. Here's the staples. This is when we decided to leave the staples in, just knock them in, instead of trying to pull them out. So we'll come over here. We knocked some of them in, but I can still feel it. Take my ball peen hammer, knock it down, make a little divot, an imprint, and then float on top of that. No tape. I'm not going to put tape over that. I'm just going to float over it, then float over it, and float it up. This is what the walls originally looked like. Of course, we got some of the holes patched up. We got the Kills paint on it. There's another little bad spot. Mud on top of that. We're going to see how this looks, and I'm probably going to float one more time. Get it nice and smooth. Might be able to feel it with your hand, but you won't see it with your eye. And of course, we still got to get into here. We got to, I'm going to see if I can get this up. This is where the animals were peeing on the floor. We're going to get this up and put some Kills on top of that. Kills will kill everything. And then we'll go over here into the kitchen. We already went through the kitchen. I'm taking this bookshelf out here today. Still got to pull this floor up. Still got to look at this corner here. This is the washroom. Now this is what we did to, this is the master bedroom because it's got the bathroom right there. So we started putting Kills in here, heading flows to this. I started knocking in the, see the little divots? Divot. Took a ball peen hammer, knocked them in, then I'm gonna, there's some I still feel, I'm gonna knock it in again, float on top of it. There's a spot right there. Now this one I left in the corners. I think we're just gonna leave that there and leave that there. Put some corner on this one. There's a big gap. This piece of sheetrock came out of this closet here. It only had about 3 nails holding it up. That's how they build trailers, I guess, about 50 years ago. But there's not even anything here to nail to it. There should have been a nailer here. It was just sitting there. I'm going to put some Kills in there. This is where the animals peed on the floor, so we cleaned it up and put the Kills in there. Yeah, we still got to get in there and clean that up a little bit. So this is what this room is looking like. It looked really nasty before. You can still see some of the little stain. We just put one coat on there right now. Then we'll put another coat. So that's what we're doing today. Robbie's already working diligently, and I need to get with it. All right. Talk to you later.